What I'm about to tell you is one of the most important things you will ever need to know about healing anything in your life. And it's the one thing that most people don't want to think about, because I've been saying this from the very beginning, but people just don't want to hear this part. I wake up every morning and I get at least 200 emails from people saying, what do I take for diabetes? What do I take for heart disease? What do I take for IBS? What do I take for Crohn's disease? What do I take for celiac disease? You name it. And it's driving me crazy. And the answer has always been the same. The answer is not what you take. It's what you stop doing that gets rid of the problem in the first place. You know, when I showed that list years ago when I first came out with Heal Yourself 101, and it shows this list of conditions, heart disease, diabetes, whatever it is. What I was saying was, if you have any of these conditions, there is no magic pill, no magic herb, no magic person, no magic water, no magic anything that will get rid of that if you don't stop doing what's causing the problem in the first place. Let's say there's a fire burning somewhere. Let's say it's inside your body or your house or anything, okay? You say to somebody, what do I take to put out the fire? And the person says, water, right? Put out fire with water. Well, you could bottle the water and call it a fire extinguisher. But the problem is, no amount of water in the world is going to stop the fire if you keep pouring gasoline on the fire at the same time. And that's exactly what people are doing with their lives when they eat bread, pasta, sugar, milk, cereal, cookies, and they're drinking and smoking and having stress, and it's killing them. And unless they stop doing what caused the problem in the first place, it's not going to go away. You can't just take something. You got to take responsibility for your life. All that stuff, all those conditions, all those diseases, they are just symptoms. That's all they are. You don't walk down the street and catch diabetes from somebody. You don't walk down the street and catch heart disease or cancer from somebody. That is the result of what you've chosen to put in your life and in your body and in your mind and everything. That's what it's negative stuff that eats away, pulls your energy, and kills you over time. You need to stop doing the stuff first. All that other stuff, the stuff you take, that's step 3. That's not step 1. And if you don't stop doing what's causing the problem, it's not going to help much. I have 4 friends personally that I lost to cancer, who smoked pot like crazy, who drank cannabis oil like it was going out of style, and they still died of cancer. I know at least a dozen people that had cancer. They tried drowning themselves in alkaline water because they were told it was going to heal them, and it didn't. They still died of cancer. You know, there's people taking moringa, there's people taking, you name it, people are told, take this, it'll get rid of that. It doesn't work that way. The people that healed themselves from those conditions while taking something, I guarantee you almost all of them stopped doing what was causing the problem in the first place. Then they took a bunch of stuff. Some of it worked, some of it probably didn't. But the point was that stuff at the end, it's like rebuilding a house, rebuilding a car, rebuilding your body. It's all the same. First, you gotta stop the bad stuff. You stop putting shoe polish in the gas tank of your car. It doesn't run very well on that. Then you have to strip it down, get rid of the rust and the bad stuff, and then you rebuild it with good parts. The same with your body. You have to go through the first 2 steps first. You have to know what's bad for you before you can stop doing what's bad for you. Then you got to clean the crap out that was created, the mess created in your body and in your life. And it's the same, by the way, with relationships, money problems, pretty much anything. Anything that's messed up in your life, you got to kind of do the same steps. You got to stop doing what got you there in the first place. You got to clean up the mess and then only put good stuff back in. But right now we're talking about your body, okay? Physical health conditions. Yes, herbs and plants and all that stuff is important, but that's the last step. Don't think that you can just keep doing the things that you're addicted to. And this is human nature. Human nature is to see what we can get away with, to go as far as we can before we have to change. It's human nature. Everybody wants to cheat, but you can't cheat nature. It doesn't allow that. You have to at some point honor the laws of nature. So until you stop pouring gasoline on your fire, don't waste your time asking for what kind of water to pour on the fire. That's a good first step. You got to realize that most of your problems are the result of years of the decisions you made, of the addictions you had, of what you put in your body, and you have to stop that. You got to recognize the pattern and stop it. And then some of you will say, well, what about the children? What about the ones who were born with cancer and diabetes and heart disease and blah, blah, blah? Okay, well, a child can only be as good as the building blocks it was made with. Was the mom built on bread, sugar, pasta, cereal, cookies, crackers, coffee, sodas? Or was she built on fresh fruits and vegetables, nuts and seeds, and healthy things? That's one. Two, was the child vaccinated, and does it have like chemicals in it that could cause autism? Three, they found out in medical studies recently where they're linking childhood type 1 diabetes with milk. That's right, that white stuff that comes out of a cow, an animal that has hormones that make it grow to be 2,000 pounds in a short amount of time. That's what the milk is for. It's for a calf, not a human being. Milk that you buy at the store is basically nothing but hormones, fat, and sugar. Sugar being lactose, which we're intolerant to, fat being saturated fat and cholesterol, which clogs the insulin receptors, so the sugar can't get absorbed by the cells, so you have high blood sugar, and then of course the lactose sugar just adds to the problem, and then you have your hormones like IGF-1, which makes cancer grow like crazy. That's what makes a tiny calf grow to be a 2,000 pound cow in a short amount of time. That's not meant for humans. And humans are giving infants whose pancreatic islet cells and the kidneys aren't even formed totally yet. They can't handle this stuff. And you wonder why children are messed up. And then there's the chlorine and the fluoride in the water. There's the parents having the relationship issues, the money fights. That's stress. Stress kills. I mean, you name it. Add up all these little things and you got a tiny little guy that can't handle this stuff. It's the result of the environment you're in, the choices you make, and what you absorb. You have to start recognizing what's bad for you and get it out of your life. Distance yourself from it and clean up the mess, and then put the good stuff back in. The herbs and the good food, the fresh fruits and vegetables, that is the third step, not the first step. Don't think you could bypass the first two by just taking something and having your problem go away. It doesn't work that way. You don't have to buy my products. It's not what this is about. I don't even care. Matter of fact, people say I do this for the money. I sell my herbs and things for the money. If I was in it for money, I'd be doing something completely different. Matter of fact, most of my money doesn't even come from this. It comes from other things. I was in the entertainment business. I know investments and things like that. The herbal stuff is such a hassle. I started by doing it for myself because I wanted to, experiment how I could be healthier and cleaner. And it worked wonders, and then some of my friends wanted to try it. They loved it. They got better. They let their friends try it, and then pretty soon it just started going worldwide and selling it. But it's a hassle. I mean, thousands of herbs coming from all these places. They have to get tested in labs, 2 different labs, and then you got the FDA checking it out twice a year, and then you have like warehousing and fulfillment, and it's just, sometimes I figure like it's not worth it, but then I see so many people getting amazing results with it. But again, you don't have to buy my herbs. Get your own if you want. I tell you how to get your own. I wrote, where is it here? My book, Free Food and Medicine, the Worldwide Edible Plant Guide. It shows you how to recognize the wild plants growing in your area, what they look like. Here's all the medical conditions. Here's the, what plants are good for those, what poisonous plants look like that you should avoid. It's got everything in here. Or you can buy it as a $2 app for your cell phone, or get the 2-pound book, and that will show you. My whole thing is to self-empower you, so you don't have to ask people like me. So I don't have to get 200 emails every morning. I want you to fix yourself. That's why I wrote the book, Heal Yourself 101. And I have it for free online. The information is free. If I was in it for money, I wouldn't be free. I want you guys to fix yourselves. That's the point. So people like me aren't going to be burdened with people's problems, because I'm just going to say the same thing over and over. If you email me and say, how do I fix this? I would have to go to your house, follow you around for a week, see what you have in your cupboards, in your refrigerator, see what you drink, what you smoke, how stressed you are, the people you're with, the things you do, everything. I'd have to take everything. It would take thousands of things into consideration. But I don't have time for that, and I don't want to do it. I'm not a good babysitter. So that's why I give you guys the information to do it yourselves. You can get your own herbs, but some people don't want to do that. Plus, there's some poisonous plants that look like certain plants, so you have to be able to tell the difference. And then if you know the difference, you still have to pick them and dry them, and you have to prepare them a certain way. Some plants you just can't pick and eat, like creosote, chaparral. It's toxic. It's got a liver toxin, which takes 3 months of drying before the volatile resins dissipate, and then it's okay to use, but you have to know this stuff. So I did all the work for you. I put the herbs together for you. It's really, I'm doing this to help you guys because it is kind of a nice feeling to wake up in the morning and get an email saying, I would be dead right now if it wasn't for you. I don't have cancer anymore. Our relationship is healed because of your advice. And for those of you who doubt that any of this works, check out the testimonials. Those of you who are doing this, write your testimonials on here or anywhere on any one of my sites. Let people know. Let me people know. I mean, Wayne Dyer, I think it was, said, the ultimate ignorance is the rejection of something you know nothing about but refuse to investigate. The ultimate ignorance is the rejection of something you know nothing about and refuse to investigate. Don't cut something down until you try it yourself, until you actually do it. The results speak for themselves. Unless you have been there and you experience it, it's not real, and you just got to do it. You just got to try it yourself. You know what they say, you know the saying, the definition of insanity is what? It's continuing to do the same thing and expecting different results. So stop smoking and drinking alcohol and doing drugs and eating bread and pasta and pizza and sugar and milk and animal products and then getting a disease and then thinking you could just take something, some magic stuff that's going to make it go away. What I sell is stuff that helps clear up the mess once you stop doing what caused the problem, and it helps rebuild you with the proper vitamins, minerals, phytonutrients, and it's like rocket fuel for your car. It's the optimal stuff that your body needs to function right, because there's no more magnesium in the soil, so stuff like that. There's things that you need, so you're not lacking certain things. But the real work is done by you, not me, not some stuff, but you. And the real work is up here, and it's your inner strength to say no to the things that you know are bad for you. To say no to the alcohol and the cigarettes and the drugs, and the only thing you're supposed to be inhaling into your lungs is air. The only thing that you should be drinking is stuff that's found naturally in nature. And I don't mean animal products like from a cow. You're not a cow. Drink something that's meant for humans, like water. Just stick with the design that nature intended and do your best to clear up the mess you've created, and then try to only do good. And this means with the energy also that you give people. The whole reason I'm doing this in the first place, because I really don't need to be selling the health products. I'm doing well enough without that. The real reason I do it is because, like I said, I want to feel like I am doing something really cool and helping people get out of the ruts that they're in. Because the more negative people are in the world, the more misery there is, and it just brings you down. Nobody wants to be in a room with a miserable person. But the more positive people there are, the more the world, it feels good. It's like a healing energy. And I want more of that. I want more people to heal themselves, because that helps me ultimately too. There's just good energy all around. And so the sooner we can help others, the sooner the world will be a much better place. So, you got to do your bit. And this is kind of what I'm doing here with the health stuff. I'm in the entertainment business. I like to be goofy and funny and make silly videos and films. I like to, be flashy and sexy with Kara and stuff like that. That's what I like doing. The health stuff is such a... I mean, it gets a little old after a while when you get all these people emailing you the same thing. How do I get rid of IBS and Crohn's and celiac disease? Well, stop eating bread and sugar and milk and processed food and dead cooked stuff, and start eating fresh fruits and vegetables and things that are intended to be in your body. Oh, but I can't do that. I'm so addicted to bread. It's not my problem. I'm telling you what to do. So I made it easy for everybody. It's I can't spend my whole life answering people's questions, so I wrote all these ebooks. An ebook on pretty much every health condition you can imagine from A to Z at markusebooks.com, Markus. And it tells you the three things. What causes the problems, the things that you should look for, the main reasons why people are having these problems, the things that are bad for you that you should stop. 2, how to clean up the mess you've created, and 3, what good things to put in that helps boost you back to the optimal self that you could be. Kara and I are not telling you to be like us. We want to be like us because this is what we like. We want you to be the way you want to be. But you can't really be you in your element unless you're healthy and happy and free of your burdens and your problems. So that's why I wrote The Prosperity Secret, Heal Yourself 101, and the Light Instructions for a New Life. And things that help get you out of the rut you're in so you can not worry about things anymore and be free of your burdens. And you're not supposed to spend the last 30 years of your life slowly decaying till you're all crunched up and you can't move anymore. Like that's not life. You're supposed to be full of life until the day you die. You're supposed to be able to, all your senses, your sensory being, to touch and feel and hear and see and make love and sense life to its fullest, to your last day. That's what you're supposed to be doing. Not worrying, not slowly withering away. And that's really what I want to do. And Kara and I are here to inspire you to find your dream, your element, to help you get there so you can be free and not be a burden on the world. And then the world just gets lighter. And that's what this is all about. So anybody who tries to take what I say out of context, they're doing the world an injustice. So please, it really helps for you to go thumbs up my videos, leave positive comments, tell the world this stuff works. That's what this is about. People need to have hope. They need proof that it works. The more positive stuff we could put out in the world, the more happiness, the more freedom. Oh my God, what a beautiful world that would be. And if we do it one person, one soul, one light at a time, it's steps in the right direction. So let me recap this. Stop doing the things that are bad for you. Clean up the mess and then only put good things back in. You can't put fire out with water if you're still pouring gasoline on the fire. Come from a place of love and start living. Start really living. And that's all really I'm trying to do, is to help you do that. I love you. I want the best for you. So please make a difference in the world.